Well, another episode. I just wanted to give a quick update. So, as you can see here, I have the ICT plate installed, oil pressure sensor block. I think I just discussed this. I didn't really show it last time, but this allows me to run the stock oil pressure sensor, and we'll plug in. And then we've deleted the PCV, which will get moved to the driver's side valve cover. Got the fuel pump back installed, sealed up the front, have the crank pulley on, oil pan is installed and sealed. I've mounted the starter, so about 5 minutes ago I finally got it at least crankable. And I don't know if you could see right there, but there is oil. So it did a few cranks, and yeah, we now have oil pulling up all the push rods. It's been a long road, but finally fixed that. So cranked it quite a few times, primed pretty much the whole oiling system. Should be completely filled with oil now, and cranked it enough so that I saw oil coming up through every push rod on every cylinder, and confirmed that occurred. So we are ready to reassemble. So that will be my kind of goal after, my goal was to have this thing running again before Christmas, but that's not going to happen. I had some kind of family stuff come up and some other things that I wanted to attend and get caught up on work, since I actually took a few weeks off for the holidays. But we do at least have the oil verified before Christmas. It's a couple days before Christmas, and I at least wanted to get that done. And then when I'm not going to be gone until the new year, I will be back home pretty much right after Christmas. So my goal is, while I have some time off, I will be reassembling this thing and hopefully have it put back together before the new year. Have about 3 or 4 days, full days, to pretty much dedicate to just reassembling this thing. So when I get back, the transmission will go back in. I will get the fuel system back in, pretty much get this thing ready to get back down on the ground. Once I get everything kind of reassembled except for the front suspension, then I will, some of you guys may have forgot, but I still have not done anything with the front diff to address the vibration. What I'm planning on doing, I don't know if I've covered this in a video, but I've pretty much done talking about the oiling system, at least for the update for now. But basically I have a whole new housing. There's a bushing in there, or a bushing right there. I think I've talked about that in a previous video. But what I plan on doing is I'm just going to take the carrier out of this. Those that don't know, you have your pinion, your ring gear attaches to the carrier. So I'm going to plan on just taking the carrier out so I can keep the shim stacks all kind of organized for this housing. And I'm going to install that carrier in the new housing, and then I'm going to install the stub axle, the little kind of transition axle, and basically reinstall this portion on the new housing so that that bushing is new. And I'm going to install a I kind of have a half CV, one that's dismantled, that I can install right here, and I can move it to see if that movement has gone away. If it moves the same exact as it does in this diff, I'm going to put everything back in this housing. I'm still up in the air in that. I'll have to see what happens once I kind of do that. But another thing that I think may be an issue is maybe this bushing. This thing only has 30,000 miles on it, so I don't think this bushing would be out. But when I was doing some testing with the car or the truck off the ground, and I was running it in 4-wheel drive and 2-wheel drive to kind of see if I could see any vibrations in the drive line, this thing would tilt quite a bit. And I was thinking it was just because I was getting it up to a pretty high speed in 4-wheel drive and it wasn't on the ground. But that bushing kind of had me a little, just making me think maybe there's too much play in that, and maybe that's the vibration, is when I hit a certain speed and, you know, the CVs are spinning. Maybe this thing is moving a little. I'm not really sure because it's not engaged. It doesn't have power running through it. But that's kind of my thinking right now. I did buy some 589, the 589 diff drop, which essentially just replaces the side mounts. And so that would actually replace these bushings because they have their own. I may install that. I have to check because, as you remember, I've dropped the front of my diff as well. And so with those, 589 actually angles them so that when you attach it to the frame, it's flat. So I have to look and see how much of an angle that is, and see if with my front dropped it will cause some angle issues. As far as that, these two bushings would end up being angled instead of sitting flat. So may not be able to run that, but I bought it just to kind of play with it. Worst comes to worst, I could always I still have another cross member that's not modified, and I could experiment with running those and then running the factory cross member that holds this side not dropped, so that I can run those, and I might do that as a test. It's pretty easy to kind of switch all that stuff out. But that's where we stand. I did just want to do a quick video to let you know there is now oil up the push rods. So that hurdle has been jumped over. Don't mind my mess, because I'm very messy when I work on my stuff. But that's where we stand. So I'll go ahead and start reassembling this thing, and catch you guys on the next one, hopefully with this thing running again.